Sometimes the biggest betrayal in life comes from the place we trust the most. The person we trust the most, the one we believe everything in, is the one who is the deepest and most painful. Thomas Campbell was one such person, a loving husband, a caring father, and a cheerful person. He trusted his wife Colleen blindly. He built a house for her, dreamed of her, and created a world of happiness. But what did he know? That the woman he trusted blindly would one day ruin his life. This is not a movie story, this is reality, a true and heartbreaking story. In this video, we will tell you how love, betrayal, and revenge came together to take the life of an innocent person. How a woman not only betrayed her, but also plotted to kill her own husband. This is a story that will make you think. Do we really know the people we take for granted? Watch the video until the end, because this story is not just about Thomas, it is a story of betrayal, trust, and broken relationships. Thomas Campbell, a man who was seemingly ordinary, but on the inside he was a strong, kind, and pure man. He lived in Tameside, Greater Manchester, UK. Life presented him with many challenges. Happiness, sadness, failure, success, he saw it all. But the one thing he was most proud of was his family. He was a husband, spent years with his wife Colleen. Together they tried to make life better. They had 2 children, whom Thomas loved dearly. He was not only a father, but also a friend with whom you could sit and talk for hours. People in the neighborhood knew him, a laughing, smiling, helpful person. He was a businessman, earned his living through his hard work, and wanted his children's future to be secure. Thomas had one thing in common: honesty, sincerity, and trust. But unfortunately, the one he trusted the most turned out to be his biggest betrayer. Little did he know that one day everything, his joys, his peace, and even his life, would end in an instant. The most important role in Thomas Campbell's life was played by his wife, Colleen Campbell. There was a time when the two of them started their journey of life with love. They fought, laughed, cried, and shared dreams like normal husband and wife. But over time, something began to change. The relationship that had once been one of love had now become just a superficial companionship. Thomas may have been caught up in his busy life, but Colleen, she was caught up somewhere else. Colleen had opened the door to her heart to someone else. Another man. Carl Amity, the man with whom Colleen's relationship had turned not just emotional, but into deep planning and dangerous ambition. Colleen's life was no longer love, but hatred, selfishness, and revenge. She had distanced herself from her husband, not just physically, but also emotionally. She began to cheat on Thomas. Phone calls were hidden, messages were deleted, and even the smallest everyday conversations involved lies. But this was not just ordinary infidelity. It was a dangerous silence behind which a bloody plan was hidden. Colleen began to give information about Thomas, his movements, his habits, everything to the person she was in a relationship with. Colleen did not think that the person she was deceiving was the father of her children. The same Thomas who had done everything for her, who had destroyed himself for her happiness. But at that moment, Colleen had no remorse, no mercy. She knew that the path she had embarked on could only end in one thing: Thomas's death. She was no longer just in love with someone else, but was working on a bloody plan with her boyfriend, Carl Amity. Their relationship was not just a betrayal, but had taken the form of a gang. They were joined by another dangerous person, John Hardiman, a man with a criminal background who played a central role in making the murder possible. Colleen played a key role in this dastardly plan. She was the one who told Thomas where he was, his routines, when he was where, and when he was alone. She seemed to trap Thomas in her own trap like a victim. WhatsApp messages, calls, secret meetings, all had only one theme: how to eliminate Thomas. The plan was so dangerous and meticulously crafted that Thomas didn't even notice. He kept busy with his daily tasks, kept in touch with his children, and considered his life normal. But on the other hand, every moment was leading towards his death. Colleen, who had once been the love of his life, had now become a death note. Finally, the day had come. July 2, 2022. Thomas was targeted in his home. The attackers were waiting for him. They came, grabbed him, and tortured him for hours. Beaten him, burned him, and finally killed him. It didn't happen in a single moment. It was a planned, brutal, and deliberate murder, with not just physical violence behind it, but a deep emotional and mental betrayal hidden within. Thomas's body was found in a horrific state after the murder. For the police, this was no ordinary case. It was one that involved hatred, conspiracy, and the betrayal of close relationships. The investigation began immediately. The police first reviewed CCTV footage around Thomas's house, on the streets, and in various parts of the area. The video showed some suspicious faces, those who were after Thomas, and one contact stood out: Colleen Campbell. When the police examined Colleen's phone records, they were shocked. Messages on WhatsApp, call data, and location sharing. Everything testified that Colleen was not only Thomas's wife, but also the mastermind of the murder. She was giving details to her boyfriend Carl Amity and another co-accused, John Hardiman, about when Thomas would leave the house, when he would be alone, and when he might be attacked. With this evidence, the police took Colleen into custody. At the time, she was quiet, as if nothing had happened. But phone data, location tracking, and witness statements revealed her face. Thomas's daughter told the court, "My father was everything, and those we trusted took it all away." Colleen and the others were sentenced to life in prison. The judge said the murder was not only brutal but also carried out with extreme deceit. Thomas's only crime was that he trusted his wife. He didn't know that she would take everything from him. If you found this story heartbreaking, comment below. Do you think such betrayal is unforgivable? 10. Call to action. Subscribe/share/like. If you want to know more such true stories, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends so that this story reaches everyone who ignores betrayal.